film industry. I am Amy Lillard, Executive Director of Washington Filmworks, and I am here with...
I'm Julie Damon. I'm the Director of Operations and Finance with Washington Filmworks.
And by the way, if you didn't notice, Julie's hinting at what we are doing here today, which is to talk about our film day in Olympia this year. It is indeed that time of year again. And P.S., before we got on to chat with you, we've been doing it since 2011. So what does that make it? Does it make our 12th or 13th film day? So if you don't know about Film Day, it's our annual advocacy day in Olympia, where we go down and we chat with elected officials about how great our work is and how wonderful it is to support jobs and the economy and our communities in general. And so this year, as you know, we do not have a bill, but it's still an excellent time for us to, of course, thank elected officials for the recent increase in the program, but then also to tell your story, tell your personal story to elected officials about why film is important to you. This year, it's like, so like, are we in COVID? Are we out of COVID? So we're like in this hybrid space because that's where we ended up. We have two parts of the day, which are the first part. I'm going to be down in Olympia with members of our team doing a fabulous event called The Glamour and the Gore, where we have a couple of very talented hair and makeup artists coming down, and they are going to have elected officials sit in the chair, in the makeup chair, and get either glammed or gored up. So for sure, there's going to be photos, and we do have two actors, Angela and David, coming down to be there for photo ops too. One will be glammed, one will be gored. And then there's a second part of the day. So that is, that is just staff down there and these like excellent, wonderful people and professionals who are going to help us make that day memorable. And then there's a second part of the day, which is these virtual meetings that will be happening with constituents around the state. So Julie, you're going to be in command of that part of the day. Do you want to chat about what it's all about and how it's going to work?
Absolutely. So we're asking the film community to not go to Olympia this year. Instead, we want you to stay in the comfort of your home or your office and spend 15 minutes with your legislator. So it's probably the most important 15 minutes you will spend all year. I'm going to say that that's probably not true, but it feels really true to us. So because there are some aspects of COVID protocols in place, we are not able to go down in our massive groups that we historically have done in Olympia. So we're holding virtual meetings this year. So if you have not already RSVP'd, please RSVP for Film Day. Film Day is Monday, March 13th.
Monday,
March 13th. We're going to say it one more time. It's Monday, March 13th. So if you RSVP for Film Day, by Wednesday, the 8th, is that right?
That is the cutoff date.
That is the cutoff. That will allow us to get an email out to you by Friday, March 10th with the listing of the meetings. For those of you who have done this before, you will have up to 3 meetings. We can't guarantee you all 3 meetings, but you have a senator and 2 representatives. So that is our goal, is to try to get you meetings with all of your elected officials, your legislative officials. We want you to keep an eye out on your email. We'll send those meetings on Friday, March 10th, but things can change at the last minute. Legislators, as you know, they can get called into different committee meetings, different sessions. They can be out on the floor doing a vote. And so sometimes those meetings change, and we want to be able to get you that information. So you're going to now ask, well, what do I say in these meetings? What should I talk about? We don't have legislation this year. Why is it important that I say anything to my legislator? Well, first and foremost, if your legislator was around last year, there's a couple of new ones. We ask you to thank them for their support.
Right? Just a big old thank you.
Thank you so much, because we are so excited for ESHB 1914, which was the legislation last year, which is increased our funding cap to $15 million. It's so amazing. It's going to allow us to bring bigger budget projects, to do workforce development, be able to connect younger people to the film industry. And so those are all things that you can talk about. We will have a one sheet on our site, which tells you how to speak to your legislator. But really the most important part is to tell your story. You know, we have the facts and the figures and the data and the numbers, but really what legislators remember is your story. Why is film important to you and your life? So you'll go, it'll be a short meeting, it'll be fast and furious, it'll be 15 minutes. We ask that you stay to the topic of film. But after that meeting, we'll send you a link that has a feedback form. So if your legislator did ask for anything and said, hey, I want to know more about, you know, the projects that are have filmed in my area, or if they, you know, there's any number of questions that can come up, or if they say, yes, I love film, I want to come to a film set, you can fill out this feedback form for us and we'll be able to take note and follow up. And then last but not least, please follow up with your legislator directly and just send them a quick little thank you note that says, you know, I appreciate your time. And once again, thank you for your support.
Gosh, I don't know if I have anything else to say, but of course I'll find something to say. Good job, Julie Damon. All right. So last minute reminders about Film Day. Stay film focused. I will never forget. I was in an elected officials meeting on Film Day with a constituent who will go unnamed, who was talking about hiring goats to eat the grass. Like, that is not related to the business that we do. So please stay film focused, tell your own story, all of that jazz. And then also we have this philosophy, like share the air. Do not sit there and overshare or take all the space in the room. Give people an opportunity to tell their story as well, and pass the mic, as they say. Is that a thing still? Pass the mic, or am I dating myself?
No, you might be dating yourself, but I think the keynote is that you might not be the only person in the meeting. There might be other constituents there. There might be a representative from Washington Filmworks. So, you know, make sure that everyone has a chance to talk.
Mm-hmm. Another great piece of advice is, if you get asked a question and you don't know the answer to it, don't answer it. And that's okay. They don't expect you to be, to have all the answers to all of their questions, but that is just a good reminder to, after you are done with your meetings, there's a feedback form we're going to ask you to send out. And that's a great opportunity for us to follow up and make sure they get the information that they requested. So speaking of follow up, always thank them also. Thank your elected officials and send a quick note. And besides that, if you haven't RSVP'd yet, RSVP. We need you. We need your voice. We need you to be part of this process. And just keep reminding, the folks in Olympia that this is a really excellent program that supports the work that you do. So with that, we look forward to either to seeing you virtually on the Zooms, and then also stay tuned to our social media channels, because we're going to glam and gore some folks up. Super fun. So if you have questions, let us know. info@keepfilminwa.com. All right. Bye.
Bye.